What's up, guys? First video for the new season. I just wanted to cover a couple things. Obviously, we got to do the draft order for the three new guys taking the place of the three guys who left. Those draft picks are the second, third, and fifth draft pick. So we'll do that here shortly. For those of you who may not remember, or obviously those of you who are new, the draft order is determined by last year's results. So if you make the playoffs, you're automatically going to be picking between 7 and 12. If you win, you pick last, as Dakota experienced last year, and clearly it didn't make a difference because he still won. And it's happened before as well with Ray's dad when he was in the league. So the way to get the first pick is if you don't make the playoffs and you go to the loser's bracket, the winner of the loser's bracket gets the first pick, and so on. So the better you perform in the loser's bracket, the higher your draft pick will be. That keeps everybody playing all season long and gives everybody something to play for, which we've all agreed is pretty nice. You guys may have noticed, obviously some people were talking about the schedule today. What I've decided to do is I decided to make a custom schedule for the season, which took a lot of work on my end. Because we have 12 teams in the league and we play 13 weeks, everybody ends up playing one opponent twice. So because of that, I decided for those 2 weeks that we play somebody twice, why not make those weeks a rivalry week? So your first and second week matchup and your, I believe it's 12th and 13th week matchup are going to be against what I deemed for the time being as your rival. Obviously, not everybody knows everybody in the league, and some people don't really know anybody. Some people know multiple people. Obviously, some of us have been in the league for years. So I try to do my best to split it up. Obviously, it'll change from year to year based on how things play out during the season and who gets on whose nerves the most during the chat, and so be it. So you'll notice that your week 1 and 2 opponent and your week 12 and 13 opponent are going to be the same, and those who I've deemed as your rival for the season. Like I said, it'll change year to year based on certain things, but should make things a little bit funner, and especially down the stretch for teams competing. You'll be competing against somebody that's deemed your rival per se. We have decided to add an IR spot to the league this year, so people won't get screwed. I want to say a couple years ago somebody had David Johnson and cut him, and he immediately got picked up and never ended up playing. So that'll help with situations like that. It also kind of gives a little bit of roster flexibility, but not necessarily a ton. So we'll see how that goes this year, and we'll make changes accordingly. I believe the only other change we made was deciding that a missed point after attempt, or missed PAT, will be a -1 for your kicker. I thought that was a good change because with kickers missing more and more of those, I believe there should be a penalty for that. Obviously, the NFL team doesn't get a point when they do it. They don't lose a point, but I think that adds a little bit more excitement and puts a little bit more thought into your possible kicker picks there. Right now, we got the draft scheduled for Labor Day. I believe it's September 2nd. For those of you who can make the draft, I'll be having a draft party at my house. I'll have some food, drinks, whatever it may be. You guys are more than willing to come over a couple hours before the draft. We can hang out, talk. I have cornhole. I have the new Madden. You guys can check out my new pad. Then we'll get to drafting around 7, I believe. And then obviously I know a lot of people have to work the next day, myself included. So we won't hang out incredibly too long. So let's go ahead and get those draft picks settled. I know Justin was asking about his pick earlier, so we'll go ahead and get that decided. So in one hat, I have everybody's names. In the other hat, I have the picks. I'm not sure which hat is which, so we'll find out here shortly. So first, I have, looks like these are the picks, the third pick, and the third pick is going to go to New Garrett, 3rd pick. So that means we have the 2nd and the 5th pick left. Looks like the 5th pick will be going to John. So that means Justin will be getting the 2nd pick. And I believe this is his name here. So I will update the names on the draft order on the league homepage. I will also go ahead and set the draft order for the draft to try to go ahead and get that knocked out so there's no mistakes come draft time. Obviously, we're still about a month away from our draft and the season starting. Our draft takes place just a few days before the season starts on that Thursday. If you guys have any questions or notice maybe there's an error in your schedule or some suggestion you guys want to make, feel free to do so. I'm always open to different opinions and options available to make this one of the best leagues and the best league you're probably playing in. For those of you who are new, I post a video every week recapping the week, kind of talking about the matchups that took place, some things that may be going on. I will also post power rankings, a few days after the draft takes place. I have my own little system I use to grade players, and then I basically just assign them each a score, and whatever team's got the highest gets the #1 power ranking, and and so on. Last year my team I picked myself to be the #1 in the power rankings, and people gave me shit. But my team was one of the top teams all season. I believe I finished with the best regular season record. But obviously lost in the playoffs. So shit happens. We'll see how this season goes. Couple things I'm going to be adding this year. I will do weekly picks. I probably will put those out sometime between Thursday and Sunday morning after people have their lineup set and a lot of their big waiver claims done. So I can value, how the matchup might play out in my opinion. So I'll make those picks. I also plan on doing a lock of the week. So one that I definitely think there's no chance this guy is going to lose his matchup, and I will also try to pick an upset of the week. So based on the projections on ESPN, I will decide, obviously pick somebody who's projected to lose. I will pick them to win, and we'll just see how that plays out this year. Obviously anybody else can do whatever they want. They can. I will post it in the group chat. I'll post it on the message board in the league. So you guys can feel free to comment, add your own picks, whatever it may be. I'll try to, if you post picks, I will try to keep a record of it along with mine, so we can see how everybody does throughout the season. Just another little thing to make things interesting. That's all I got, guys. See you guys later.